Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ELZAD Rafikin bin Iswaner, and my group will be presenting and will be talking about why does the prices of fish rise up at the end of the year in Malaysia. As we all know, there could be many factors that could manipulate the prices of fish, and we chose only one to focus on. So, among the factors that we had been doing our research on, it could be the reason is overfishing, one, meaning the workers who always fish daily, and for our second point is acute of shortage of workers, meaning there aren't many workers that fish that also could manipulate the prices of fish, and the influence of the unfavorable weather and labor shortage, meaning most people wouldn't go fishing if there is a rainy storm that could bring up the risk of death. And the lastly is the monsoon season in Malaysia. From all of the factors that have been mentioned and had been researched, we chose monsoon as our major reason why the prices of fish has been manipulated and the prices went up, soaring at the end of the year. Alright, so I will be giving Naim a turn to speak about more monsoon season. With that, thank you very much.
For the Chapter 2, Monsoon Season and Fishing Activities. During the Northeast Monsoon, November to March, fishing in Malaysia faced many challenges due to the rough seas and unpredictable weather. Fishermen often avoid venturing out because it's dangerous and to ensure their safety. Consequently, fishing landings decreases. Now for the second point, impact on fish supply. The impact of fish supply reduced fishing trips led to lower fish supply. Adverse conditions discourage fishermen from going out to sea. The shortage of foreign labor due to travel restrictions further affects the industry. Now for the third point. When supply decreases as during the monsoon season, fish prices tend to rise. Fish is a staple protein source in Malaysia, so any disruption affects prices significantly.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AIMAN bin Sharifuddin. Now I will explain Chapter 2, Demand and Supply, for types of food, which is fish. Fish is nearly indispensable in Malaysia due to its role as a staple food providing essential nutrition. Its high consumption per person underscores its significance in the Malaysian diet. Because fish is considered essential, demand for it remains stable even when prices fluctuate. Next is individual demand. In Malaysia, the demand for fish by individuals typically follows a standard downward sloping curve. As the price of fish decreases, the quantity demanded increases. If fish is considered a necessity, this demand curve will appear steeper, indicating that consumers are less responsive to price changes. This means that even if prices rise, consumers are likely to continue buying fish at relatively stable levels because it's an essential part of the diet. And for the last point, which is market demand, the market demand curve in Malaysia reflects the combined preferences of all consumers. Its relatively inelastic nature is influenced by similar factors seen in individual demand curves. This overall demand curve illustrates how changes in price affect the total quantity of fish that consumers want to buy. That is it for me. Now I will pass it to AIKHA to continue the rest of this chapter.
Price of fish. If the supply quantity is low, then the price of fish will increase. Consumer income. A consumer income will also affect the amount of fish they buy, but they also will look for markets that sell fish to enable them to buy to get affordable price. Cost of substitution. Demands change when the price of fish increase, and at the same time, the price of chicken and meat is lower. So many buyers will switch to buy chicken and meat. Taste and preference. Taste and preference can change over time. For example, consumers will not buy fish because they are worried about the polluted sea condition that could affect the quality of fish. Seasonal factors. Demand may be higher during festive times of year due to festivals or holidays. Supply factors. As a result of a continued illegal fishing, this affected the fishermen who could not achieve the same fishing result as the previous days. This change resulted in the occurrence of consumer income factors and the price of fish in the market.
Black pomfret as an example, the demand curve, which is the D, show how many units of black pomfret the consumer want to buy at different prices. At the same time, this curve connected well with the supply curve, which is the S, that show how many units of black pomfret fishermen would agree to sell at the same price. The equivalent price, or in other words, the minimum price the black pomfret can be sold without having any loss or profit. This is based on my research around retail shop in Malaysia, market and fish club in Malaysia. I will then find the average price between all of this. The equivalent price of a black pomfret is 20 ringgit Malaysia per unit, with the equivalent quantity demand of 400 unit per year. Meanwhile, the equivalent quantity supply is 200. Not a lot of sellers will offer equivalent price toward consumers. It doesn't really benefit them. So the obvious choice would be to set a higher price that bring benefit to them without causing them to lose consumer or attract lawsuit. According to the research, the average set price is 30 ringgit Malaysia per unit with 100 unit and with 300 quantity supply. Both suppliers and buyers are willing to contribute to the set price.
So to solve this problem, there's a many ways to maintain the price of fish. First, collaboration and coordination. For fostering collaboration among stakeholders in the fish supply chain, including fishermen, processor, distributor, and retailer, can improve coordination and ensure a consistent supply to help maintain stable price. Second, weather preparedness. The government can invest in weather forecasting system and emergency response measures to mitigate the impact of adverse weather conditions on fishing activities and price. And lastly, market monitoring. Establishing a system for monitoring fish price, supply chain, and market trend can provide yearly indicator of potential price fluctuation, enabling timely intervention to stabilize price. So in conclusion, seasonal change impact fish price due to availability shift and catch pattern. Harvesting season affect fish price predictably. Economic data show this fluctuation. Potential climate change effect to fish stock in Malaysia are also mentioned. The rise in fish price in Malaysia is due to scarcity caused by factors like adverse weather and overfishing, leading to limited availability. Market participants make choice based on diminishing supplies, with consumer paying more for popular fish and business adjusting offering. This increase reflects the opportunity cost for consumer and the business requiring trade-off with other goods and services to meet preferences and needs. The cost of fish in Malaysia rise towards year-end due to increased demand during monsoon season, leading to supply and demand imbalance. Factors include limited availability from adverse weather affecting fishing, higher transportation, storage costs during peak periods, and constraints in the supply chain. This results in a higher equilibrium price affecting quantity, bulk, and